Welcome back to Between the Saves for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the series where I go over the dumbest thing I've done in the last 2 weeks, my most intense moment, the characters I love and hate, my prediction for what's next, and whether I'm still enjoying the game. If you're into it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, let's start with the dumbest thing I've done, and honestly, there's a few things I could pick from, but this one stands out. I got Godwin's brother killed multiple times. The first time it happened, I wasn't even really paying attention to the objective list. I just see objective failed pop up and the game keeps going. So I'm thinking, okay, that must have been optional, but it didn't sit right with me. So I reloaded. I'm like, nah, let me actually try to save him. Second attempt, I'm in the middle of combat, everything's chaotic. I go to swing at an enemy and he just steps right in front of me like a bot from Left 4 Dead, and I just wipe him out myself. At that point, I'm like, there's no way this is happening again. Third time though, that's when everything finally clicked. During the assault from von Berghoff, after that meeting with our allies, I actually managed to keep him alive, but it took way more effort than it should have. Now, the most intense moment, I'm actually in it right now. We are 25 days into the siege of Suchdol. We're starving, morale is gone, supplies are basically non-existent. We are eating shoe soup. And I ended my last stream at the worst possible time. We just lost the Outer Bailey. So when I come back, there's no build-up, no warm-up. We're jumping straight into whatever comes next, and I have a really bad feeling about it. But before all of that, I finally got my moment with Eric. Ever since his reaction to Is Van Toth's death, where he killed an innocent dog, I didn't care what his motivations were anymore. I understood his emotions, I understood his connection to Henry, but that crossed the line. So when Kubienga came back beaten and battered after that failed escape, and Eric offers that duel at the old Sigismund camp, I didn't even hesitate. That's been building for a long time, from Kuttenberg to the raid on the Jewish community to the Italian court heist. Every time he showed up, he made things worse. So yeah, that moment, that one mattered. Let's talk characters, starting with the ones I actually like, Rosa, Musa, and Sam. Rosa, I knew early on I was going to like her. She pushes back against what nobles are supposed to be. She questions things, she just doesn't fall in line. But at the same time, she's still tied to that life. She's still expected to marry, to carry on that role. So there's this tension in her character that I really like. I'm genuinely curious to see how things play out between her and Henry, whether it's with her father's approval or without it. Musa is the GOAT. When I first met him in Sigismund's camp and helped prove his innocence, he immediately became one of my favorites. He's calm, he's intelligent, he carries himself differently than everyone else. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was trying to prove his innocence, I was almost afraid to say the wrong thing. Like I knew I was going to miss out on some good dialogue because I didn't want to mess it up. But when he came back later during the Italian court and saved Henry from Eric in that cutscene, I was honestly relieved. Because at that point, I realized he's not just a side character, he matters. And then, when he got hit with that arrow during the escape, I'm not even joking, I almost had Walking Dead Glenn flashbacks. I thought it was over. And then there's Sam. Finding out that connection with Henry, that they're not blood, but still connected through his father, that added a whole new layer. And the way Sam operates. He will do whatever it takes to protect his people, even if it means doing the worst things imaginable. And that kind of character, you may not always agree with it, but you understand it. Now, the hate list. I gotta channel my inner Kendrick for this one. Otto von Berghoff, Eric, Brabant, and Hans. Brabant, from the moment he was introduced, I didn't trust him. Everything he said felt rehearsed, nothing felt genuine, and then he proves it by cowardly stabbing Adder over the same silver we stole from the Italian court, resulting in Adder's death. That told me everything I needed to know. Otto, I already knew he was going to be a major antagonist, but when we captured him in Malashov and he started acting like a turncoat, that was way too obvious. So when he shows up again at Suchdol, raising his helm to confront us, not surprising at all. What is frustrating though is how he even got into that position again. The people guarding him got careless just because of his noble status, and now we're paying for it. Eric, we've already talked about. He's complex, he has reasons, but at the end of the day, I just don't care. Some lines you just don't cross. And then, Hans. This might be a hot take, but I've never liked Hans. From the very beginning, yes, he's a noble, yes, that's how nobles act, but after everything we've been through, being locked up, his poaching, almost getting hanged, being captured, and many, many more reasons, he still hasn't changed. There's no humility, and every time he speaks, that entitlement is still there. Maybe his character arc changes later. Maybe there's growth coming. But right now, he's not it. Let me know what you think about Hans, because I know that one might be controversial. As for what happens next, honestly, this could go in a lot of different directions. I was right about one thing. We gathered our allies in Kuttenberg, and now we're taking the fight to Otto and the Proggers. But now that we're here, it's not looking good. I'm hoping Yop shows up with reinforcements during the siege, because if not, we might be done. The fact that I was tasked to escape Suchdol with Sam to basically deliver a Mayday message, that alone says everything. I also don't think Von Owlitz is done. I think he survived, and I think he's going to make his appearance again very soon. Best case scenario, we survive this, barely, we push them back just enough to escape. Worst case, we lose people, important people, and if Musa dies, I'm not okay. Am I still enjoying the game? Yeah, if you couldn't tell already, I am, and I'd still recommend this game to anyone who has the time to really invest in it. This is easily a 100 plus hour experience. You can just play the main story, but if you really want the full experience, it's everything else. Side quests, activities, dice games, tournaments, just existing in the world. That's what makes it feel complete. You can tell the developers put everything into this game. It shows in the details, it shows in the characters, it shows in moments like this siege. I'll go more in depth in a full review later on, but as of right now, the game absolutely has replayability. That's it for this one. Catch me live Saturday through Tuesday, 5 to 9 p.m. Mountain Standard on Twitch. The link's in the bio. Drop a like, comment your thoughts, especially on Hans, and subscribe if you want to follow the rest of this playthrough. I'll see you in the next Between the Saves, or the final After the Last Save review. I am expecting to complete this game within the next 2 weeks, but honestly, I hope not.